हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू आर्यवार्ट ट्यूटर्स। नाउ दिस इज दृष्टि भरतिया और आज हम बात कर रहे हैं साइक्लोन व्यास। और यास इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक है। सो दिस इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय मी एंड माय नेम इज दृष्टि भरतिया. So guys, we started first of all introduction. The very severe cyclonic storms Yas was a relatively strong and a very damaging tropical cyclone that made the landfall in Orissa and brought significant impact to the West Bengal during late May 2021. So, in case of the very severe cyclonic storm, yeah, so we relatively known as the very damaging sites is there in the West Bengal. And the second one, when the cyclonic storms in the second severe cyclonic storms in the second severe cyclonic storm of the 21st of the North Indian Ocean cyclonic season in the years formed from a tropical disturbance that the Indian Meteorological Department first monitored on the May 2023. And in the condition in the basin favored development as the system became a deep depression later that day or become intensifying into a cyclonic storm on the next day receiving the name is the Yas. So this is the condition favored in the Yas at the time of the cyclonic storms. Now, in the preparation, so in the preparation, we know the electrical companies in the West Bengal and the Orissa prepared the additional generator and the transformer are possible the electric problems. In the evacuation, were also ordered starting on the May 2024 on low-lying areas in the east. But at the Midnapur and the West Midnapur and the Jhargam in the 24 May in the east lying or the low lying areas is there. Now we talk about the Hooghly. We know the Hooghly river is the sacred river in the Kolkata, capital of the West Bengal. In the north 24 Praganas and the south of the 24 Praganas is the high alert is there. In the railway operation and the marine activities were halted due to the years while rescue authorities and the medical teams were deployed in four possible emergencies. So the rescue team have some possible emergencies there. But in the Bangladesh, over 2 million individuals were ordered to be evacuated in the coastal areas of the country due to the storm's approach. Important है storm approach in the West Bengal. Now the food supplies. Food supplies is the emergency fund were released in the rescue around 20 people across the India in the meteorological history on May 2022. A low pressure area formed in the Bay of Bengal. On the next day, around 9:30 UTC, the disturbance intensified into a depression and was assigned the designation Bay of Bengal 02 by the Indian Meteorological Department or IMD. Now, at the time of the low-level circulation, center of the system became the partially exposed due to the moderate wind shears. However, the large masses of the rain bands is persisted in the southern portion of the storms as it remained in the marginal favorable environment. For insufficiency with the warm sea surface temperature and the good outflow but the moderate wind shear. Apart from that, the IMD or the International Meteorological Department is the further upgraded in the years to be a severe cyclonic storms at the 6 a.m. of the UTC that day as the system became the more organized. Apart from that, he storms the subsequently reached its the peak intensity of the 140 km per hour, but in the 3 minute, the sustained wind speeds and according to the IMD is the JTWC had slightly lower estimate of 120 km per hour of on the system. Now around the standard time on May 26, Yas made the landfall north of the Dharma port and the south of the Bhangana port at the same intensity. Upon moving islands, the JADVC issued their final warning on the storm as it weakened to a tropical storm since it was over land and also faced increased vertical shear. Soon after that, the IMD also discontinued the advisories as the system became disorganized and as the weakened to a deep depression, Yas eventually dissipated in the northern India on May 28. Now we talk the preparation. In the preparation, the Indian Prime Minister the Modi is chairing a meeting to review the impact on the cyclone through the video conferencing in New Delhi on May 27, 2021, and the Union Power Ministry of the India had prepared transformers and the generators in case of the power outage. The Health Ministry also prepared to ensure that there is no disruption in vaccine supplements and the COVID-19 treatment sites. In the Ministry of the Telecommunication kept all telecom towers and the exchange under watches. But according to Prime Minister Modi has also arranged an emergency meeting to prepare for the cyclone. According to the NDRF has deployed the 65 team with the another 20 teams are reserved. Also, NDRF deployed 115 teams in the 5 states. So, this is the coastal district of the Orissa in the West Bengal. According to the CESE, stood on the guard for the cyclone to ensure uninterrupted services, especially for the major hospitals, critical establishment, and the drainage pumping station. So the Northern Railway Zone had cancelled many trips from the New Delhi to and from the Bhubaneswar and the Puri, and meanwhile the Western Railway and the Southern Railway had also cancelled the trains going to and from the Orissa. So this is the airline's operation in the Kolkata International Airport were cancelled due to the forecasted airport in the Bhubaneswar, Rourkela and the Durgapur were the ordered to be closed starting on May 27 due to the Yas. In this, the International Meteorological Development issued the orange alert on May 25th on the Mayurbhanjan and the Jajpur, Cuttack, Khordha and the Puri in Orissa, cutting the threat of the Yas rainfall. Meanwhile, a red alert was raised by the Department of the Kendarappa, Jagat Singhpur and the Bhadrak and the Balasur on the same day due to the system. So the Ministry of the Home Affairs, India, Amit Shah, instructed the authorities in West Bengal, Orissa and the Andhra Pradesh in a virtual meeting to prepare electricity supplies at the hospital and the vaccine center for the possible power outages. So the port of the Kolkata is started the suspended all shipping activities in the city starting on the 25th May due to the Yas threat. But apart from that, all 265 boats which were reported to be in the Bay of Bengal on that day returned to the port as the Indian Coast Guard instructed them due to the brewing storms. So the evacuation were also started on the May 24th for the coastal and the low-lying areas in the East Minapur and the West Minapur and the Jalgaon with the over a millions people being evacuated. Apart from that, the Bangladesh, so assigning the threat of the Yas in this country, Bangladesh Prime Minister, we know the Sheikh Hasina is the resort to 25 disaster centers for the evacuation premises. Apart from that, the 349 shelters had been prepared, which accommodation half the capacity of the people to maintain the COVID-19 health restriction. And the 114 medical authorities were the raided for the medical emergency, and the food supplies were also prepared for the evacuees, while the Bangladeshi authorities, including the cyclone preparedness program on the country and its navy, were on the standby and the high alert starting from the 24th May. And the signaling warning is second is the raised on the harbor in the Chittagong and the Cox's Bazar and the Mongla and the Paira on the same day as the Vyas neared the country. Apart from that, in the administration division of the Barisal is the authorized their started to prepare the temporary and the permanent evacuation shelter. and this started the depopulated over 2 million individuals due to the storm. In the finishing activities in the northern Bay of Bengal, where the prohibits the $15 million in the USD is the dollar of the 17,690 is the worth of the standby funds were also released, and the authorities of the disaster responses around 20,000 Rohingyas at the remote island of the Bhasanachar were also considered at risk. Now we talk about the Sri Lanka impact. So the Sri Lanka impact is mainly is the IMD or the meteorological department of the Sri Lanka issued the red alert on the 24th May. Apart from that, the possibility of the heavy rain and the strong winds is there from the Yas for the countries in the western, central, and the Subal, Munga, and the southern provinces. So, what effects is there? The many effects are certain in the Bangladesh through the Yas cyclone. So, we talk about the impact on the India. This is very important. So, the impact is that the farmlands throughout the Orissa, West Bengal, and the some in the Jharkhand were the damaged by the floodings, and while small boats within the Bay of Bengal were damaged. Apart from that, the electrical lines in these states were knocked down, the causing thousands of the power outages. So guys, this is all about the today's important about the Yas cyclone with the impact on the Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and the West Bengal as well the Kolkata. And the impact is mainly on the birds and the farmlands is there. So I hope guys this is very important for your preparation in the UPSC, IAS, and the MPPSC and other competitive examination point of view. So guys, we are talking with the new important topic in the next video. Apart from that, thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Bande Mataram.